Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Dr. Smith Live. This is Energy Medicine, the New Frontier, and our 97th episode. Wow. Think we're having fun as we keep progressing. So tonight I have a fantastic topic with Jamie Taniger, the healing power of essential oils, the essential guide to restoring your health and vitality. You know, essential oils go way back to the Greeks in prehistoric time. So this is not the new guy on the block. It's not theoretically alternative. This is real medicine. The drug therapy is really alternative because they're the new guys on the block. But anyway, the Egyptians also, you know, especially with the gifts to Jesus, it was gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Okay? And the frankincense was worth as much as the gold way back then. So the key is, these essential oils have been around for a long, long time. And they use it through aromatherapy and many different other formats, which you're going to kind of cover this evening. And you're going to walk away with some useful information that won't hurt you, and it's going to help you. So, Jamie, welcome to the show, and thanks for coming back. We did a show a while back again with you, and so thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on.
Thanks for having me. I think it was a little over a year and a half ago that we did this.
Wow. Fantastic. So what exactly are essential oils?
So essential oils are distilled from nature. They're distilled from plants, from flowers, from bark, from things found in nature. And what we say is that they're like the lifeblood of the plant. So they're actually what's giving the plant its strength, what's keeping it from disease, what's helping it to stay healthy. And when they're extracted properly, we can use them as the essential oils to do the same thing for our bodies.
Wow, okay. And so how many petals do they need to make a pound of lavender oil, for example?
It's very, you need a lot of nature to make a little bit of essential oil. They are concentrates, so you only need a little bit of them to use them for therapeutic properties. I have an interesting fact for you. I'm going to find it right now. That
because I heard it was like 250 pounds of lavender flowers to make 1 pound of oil.
Yeah, it's a lot. And even when you look into lemon essential oil, you think that, you know, you wouldn't need that much lemon, but they're actually using the rind of the lemon. So you need so many lemons to make a little bottle of lemon essential oil. It really is concentrated, like liquid magic.
Yeah.
But the fact that I wanted to share with you was that in order to distill a plant, to do a proper distilling method for this specific plant and to extract all the chemical compounds that you could possibly need to have your oil be therapeutic, there's a specific method for each plant. So every plant is a little bit different. When it comes to cypress, it actually takes 26 hours to distill cypress, and you get all the 280 compounds. But if you distill it for just 24 hours, you get 20 compounds. And if you go over that amount of time, you actually get no compounds. So it's a very precise method on how they're extracting to create that little bottle of oil that you're getting. Not only a lot of plants and a lot of nature, but exactly how long, the length of time is important as well.
Now, when you buy the oils from either online or a good quality source, you're getting 100% pure oil, correct?
Yes, so it's tricky when you're looking and shopping around for a good oil because labeling laws are very deceiving. So there is no qualification for 100% pure or even 100% organic when it comes to essential oils. But you could look into their the method that the company uses, and if they care about processing it in the correct way, they will explain that on their website. That's what I tell people. They don't care, they're not going to explain how because it costs a lot of money to process it the correct way. So they're going to explain their process. They're going to tell you what they prioritize. And if they're not sharing that with you, they probably don't care about it.
So bottom line is you got to do your homework and ask questions and flip a lot of rocks. to get the best bang for your dollar when you want to buy some essential oils, because, unfortunately, in my practice, I've always had feedback from people saying, oh, I tried that remedy and it doesn't work. Well, when you put them on a very high quality essential oil or a good quality vitamin like glutathione, for example, and they get results, and they say, well, what's the difference? The difference is the quality of the raw materials that they're using, and that's what makes the difference.
Right. I was just sharing my story of how I started oils. I actually heard that lavender, lemon, and peppermint were great for allergies. And Jared and I both have really bad allergies, so I bought those oils on Amazon, and they didn't work at all for us. It was like a big waste of money. And I was very devastated that something in nature that I was like so drawn to didn't work. But then years later, I bought Young Living oils off of a friend, and those oils did work. So I was happy that I found a product that worked for us for that seasonal relief that we were looking for. But the other ones did not work for us. So it is a matter of looking for a company that cares about how they're distilling it and also how they're growing the oil. I always tell people to shop for your oils like you're shopping for your produce, because you are buying plants, you're buying nature, and you want to make sure that they're organic and properly cared for during the farming process as well.
So buyer beware. Yeah. So from a scientific perspective, how do these essential oils really work?
So essential oils can work in a few different ways. One of them that I personally love, and I know that you love, is the vibration of oils. So everything found in nature has a specific vibration, whether it's the greens and the plants that you're eating, or the fruits that you're putting into your body, or the bark, or whatever they're distilling for the essential oil. So each essential oil has a different vibration. And when you apply that to your body, you can use that vibration to help your vibration, to increase your vibration. Another way that essential oils can be used is aromatically. So our brains, the emotional part of our brains, is called the limbic system. And the limbic system is actually only triggered by your sense of smell. So essential oils are amazing for triggering your limbic system and helping process emotions, helping you feel better, feel a happier mood, feel more joyful. And then also you can use essential oils to increase wellness, which is what I like to do in our family.
Well, it's interesting. I had a friend years ago. He told me that he put essential oils, and I can't remember the exact formula, into the paint that he used in his reception room in his office. And so when his patients or clients came in, they had this sense of well-being just breathing the vapors from the oils coming off the paint, which I thought was ingenious.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's a great idea.
So basically, you brought up an interesting point about frequencies, and I know the human body has a range of frequencies like 62 to 72 megahertz. Is there a range of frequencies with the essential oils?
So yes, every essential oil has a different frequency, and there's ones that are higher and ones that are lower in frequency if you're looking to specifically raise your vibration. In terms of mood, then you would look for specific. Let me find my notes here. The gold standard at Young Living is Idaho Blue Spruce. It's actually the highest frequency oil that they have. I think it's something like 580 megahertz.
Wow.
And rose is second. Rose is one of my favorites. One that I never ever use because it's very expensive. You need a lot of rose petals to make one bottle of rose. But if you inhale the rose out of the bottle, then you still get the frequency. Actually, inhaling essential oils is the quickest way to get them into your body, or if you diffuse them. But then, of course, I'd have to use my rose oil, so I don't do that. But then we have something like lavender is on the lower end, like 118 megahertz. Something like basil is not really an oil that we recommend diffusing, but that's more of a natural remedy that we like to use, but that's 52, so on the lower end of frequency, but that's also a great smell, very fresh smell for the springtime.
Well, it's really fascinating when people have negative emotions. Guess what? It can lower your frequency of your body by 12 megahertz. And if you have positive attitude, it could raise it by 10 megahertz. And also, the quality of the food that you consume, eating microwave food, processed foods, has zero, big goose egg, 0 megahertz. Whereas eating raw foods can bring your frequency up as much as to 29 hertz. So, you know, you wonder why there's so much illness in society today, because most people are eating adulterated oils and processed foods, and they're lowering their frequency of their body. And when you get to around 55 megahertz to 60 megahertz, you get the cold and flu. It's crazy. So it's an interesting point.
And lower than that, right, is when disease sets in. Disease
and
like
and
cancer.
when your body gets down to like 40 megahertz, that's when cancer comes.
Okay.
And if you unfortunately get to 25, you're going to be dead. So hertz is a very good way of monitoring the health of the body. I mean, blood tests are fine for certain things, but frequency really tells you where the body's at. So, you know, I mean, I've tried like helichrysum for pain, you know, different formulas. And lavender, if you burn yourself and you put lavender oil on it, it'll take the pain away, and it'll heal without scarring, which is a pretty amazing thing. So what's a big advantage of using the essential oils versus drugs?
Well, I'm sure you definitely have some insight on that as well, because you're so knowledgeable on the drugs. But from what I gather, how medicine works is it forcefully drives a specific process of your body. So it's forcing your body to do something. Whereas if you're using something natural, like essential oils, how natural products work is they actually are suggesters to your body, and they suggest, you know, they're magnetized to the part of your body with the lower frequency where it could help, and it's suggesting to your body to work at its peak function, as opposed to forcing your body to do a specific thing, which is what medicine is doing.
Yeah, that's a great answer. And also what's fascinating, a frequency when it gets into the body will dissipate from head to toe almost instantaneously. When you swallow a pill or even a vitamin, it has to get digested, absorbed in the stomach and into your bloodstream, and then circulating around the body. So from a healing perspective, putting a frequency into your body is kind of like a whale singing in the ocean. It goes for hundreds of miles, and it goes, and in the case of your body, it's going to go throughout the whole system, like I said, almost instantaneously. So from my perspective, that's a better way to go. And
so essential oils, interestingly, can reach every single cell in your body within 20 minutes of application.
Well, I think it's even faster.
That's really cool. They can also eliminate toxins in your body. They have the capability of passing the blood-brain barrier, which medications are not small enough to penetrate every cell of your body, nor I don't think you want them to pass the blood-brain barrier. They work on your emotions. They act as antioxidants, powerful antioxidants, and they can remove toxins out of your air when diffused.
So there's a lot of different ways that you can raise your vibrational frequency through, like you said, prayer. People said a prayer before they eat. That literally raises the energy of the food. Color therapy, full spectrum lights, being out in the sunlight is really beneficial. Eating raw foods, Qigong acupuncture or other forms of acupuncture generates an increase in the qi or energy in the meridians. Listening to classical music versus heavy metal, which to me is like really disturbing from a neurological perspective. And you know, just being positive and thinking positive, you're enhancing your qi, your energy, and your aura. So that's kind of cool. So how to use essential oils? What, in your experience, what's the most effective way of getting that frequency out there?
So when I teach about using essential oils, I teach about 3 different ways you can use them. You can use them aromatically into your air. You can diffuse them, or you can sniff them out of the bottle, or put a drop in your hands and cup your nose and sniff them into your limbic system, or you could use them topically, which is applying them to your body. We recommend on every bottle, at least the oils that I use, the Young Living oils, it lets you know if it's a hot oil. Hot oils are absorbed very quickly into your skin and could cause a rash. So if it's a hot oil, we recommend diluting that with a fatty oil like olive oil or coconut oil. But when you apply them topically, you could apply them to your feet, which have the biggest pores, so they can get into your cells quicker, or down your spine, behind your ears are all great places, on your wrists. For remedies, which I use a lot in my family, for remedies, like for example, we're using lavender, lemon, and peppermint right now for allergies. We put that in a roller bottle with some coconut oil, and then we have them on hand. We have that specific blend on hand whenever we need it. And then lastly, you could use them for dietary purposes, like in your coffee or in your tea, or even to cook with. But there is some caution when it comes to dietary. You want to make sure that the brand that you're using is distilled for dietary purposes. For example, Young Living, they are GRAS certified, if that certification means anything to you. But they did work with the FDA so that they could label specific oils a specific color. They're the white labels at Young Living, so that you can use them internally, and you can use them for your wellness internally. Frankincense is very popular to take in a capsule with some coconut oil for wellness.
Now,
So
how
those are the
about
ways that I recommend you use
you
them.
brought up an interesting avenue is by putting it on the skin or putting it in your tea or coffee. Don't you have to dilute it so it doesn't irritate the mucous membranes or your skin?
Oh, well, only the hot oils actually, you have to dilute them. So on the bottle of Young Living, the brand that I use, it tells you if you have to dilute the oil or if you don't. It certainly can use caution and always dilute your oils, but there are oils like lavender, when they're properly distilled and not mixed with any chemicals. So some oil brands are for fragrance. They specifically distill them for fragrance, for a scent. And they're mixing them. They're not really growing the oil properly, the plant properly. They're mixing them with a lot of chemicals, and I wouldn't recommend putting those ones on your skin. But if you're working with a brand that gives you directions on the bottle that you can apply them to your skin, it's called neat without oil. Those oils are ones that won't cause irritation, but the hot oils such as basil or thyme, those ones are recommended on the bottle that you do dilute them. So I put everything in a roller with carrier oil, but there are some, like if you get a cut and you want to, drop some lavender oil in it, you could use Young Living oils that way and not get a rash from them.
So I guess the oils that you're diluting it with, you want to make sure that they're high quality too, that they don't diminish the effect of the essential oil, correct?
Yeah, so something I think is really cool is that any kind of chemical or, toxic kind of product that is mixed with an essential oil will dilute or lessen the therapeutic effect of the essential oil. So that's why the growing and the harvesting and distilling and even bottling process of the essential oil is really important, because you don't want to lessen the effect of the therapeutic properties. So when you're going with the carrier oil, organic fractioned coconut oil is what we use. We get it off Amazon. I'm sure there's different brands that are better than others, but that's our choice, our favorite one to go to.
Now here's a little curveball for our viewers. People don't think about these things, but I'm in tune with frequencies. Now, if you have expensive oils like Young Living or other high quality oils, you wouldn't want to put them next to your router from your computer, because those oils can pick up the EMFs from the darn router and the Wi-Fi and really cause problems.
True, that's true. We have one of those boxes, right, on our router outside, those magnetic boxes to kind of reduce it, but it's hard to avoid that.
I know. And this is where I bring out, what, I cringe sometimes when I drive home from different areas and you see these water towers in the community and they have like 10 different antennas on top of the water tower. Well, those cell tower frequencies are being embedded in the public water that you're drinking. So it's really nuts.
We used your recommendation and got a Berkey, so we have a whole house filter and a Berkey.
Great, thank you so much. And the water tastes so much better. I mean, my cats think they died and went to heaven because I triple purified their water. And and that's how you want to keep your animals and yourself healthy, because if you don't filter your water, your organs will, and that's why people get sludged up and get sick at a young age. Now, there's many benefits of essential oils. Could you, share with our viewers some of the benefits of essential oils?
Well, the essential oils can help with your emotional health, to raise your frequency emotionally speaking. Essential oils can help with your wellness by raising your frequency and keeping you healthy and keeping your family healthy, which is really important to me, which is why I use essential oils for any kind of troubleshooting in our family. I have go-to blends that work amazing for keeping everybody well.
How about sleep? Does
They
that
can
help with
also
sleep?
clean out your air, take out the toxins out of your air if you're diffusing them. They take what are they called? Free radicals. They can actually take free radicals out of your air, which will raise your health when you're eliminating those free radicals.
And it's good for inflammation too, to help reduce, like frankincense and myrrh are anti-inflammatory. I mean, this is as old as the hills.
There's a lot
It don't
of stuff
get
that
any
I
older.
can't say that oils can be used to kind of resolve situations or act as treatments. But there's amazing books. There's one book called the Essential Oil Desk Reference that you can get on Amazon, and there's a whole list of it's an amazing book that will share with you what each oil and how those properties of the oil can help your body in specific ways. So the anti-inflammatory, microbial, amazing benefits of
And even-
essential oils that we're not allowed to talk about.
And even nausea, I hear, can be helped with the right essential oil. If you're nauseous,
If what can?
the essential oils can be beneficial if someone's suffering from nausea.
Peppermint is amazing, or headaches, head tension. You can resolve with a little bit of peppermint. I have a head tension protocol actually,
And
using
guess what?
peppermint and frankincense and a few other oils.
Peppermint oil is unbelievable for getting rid of ants. I had a whole bunch of ants on my windowsill outside my office, and I had a little spray bottle of peppermint, and I just sprayed it, and boy, they ran for the hills. And it's safe. If you have children or pets, you don't have to worry about them getting contaminated with these toxic, insecticides or whatever, these poisons that they use.
Right, and that's another great benefit of essential oils. If you have a brand that is made for therapeutic purposes, meaning that they're caring about not putting any chemicals into the bottle, then you know that you can use them for DIYs in your home. We add essential oils to dryer balls and throw them in our dryers so that we're scenting our home and our clothes and our sheets and our laundry with natural fragrance as opposed to chemical or synthetic fragrance, which is really harmful to your health.
No, absolutely. So I've heard that frankincense is considered the king of oils. Can you share with our viewers some of the benefits of frankincense?
Well, what my slogan is, if it was good enough for baby Jesus, good enough for all of us. Frankincense is one that if you Google it, and I know Google isn't the most trustworthy, but you can find so many benefits of frankincense and specifically what it's going to do for your body. But wellness is really what we recommend people using it for. It's one of those ones that you, at Young Living, you can use it internally for wellness. It's great for keeping all of your systems at optimum health. It's also a really great oil when you diffuse it for meditation and for your mental health and kind of balance you. I actually use sacred frankincense to kind of create a peaceful, more balanced environment. I used it a lot when I was pregnant.
Yeah, it's been around for a long time and has a wonderful track record. So, take advantage of it. So basically, I know myrrh is like antibacterial and anti-inflammatory. So gold, frankincense, and myrrh, there's your 401k. It'll protect you, so to speak.
I mean, honestly, we use oil. We use that oil desk reference. We have a shelf of oils, and like you can ask my husband. There's a remedy for everything that, and we never. And I have not taken. I have not gone to the pharmacy. I have a 13-year-old and a 3-year-old, and they've never taken any pharmaceuticals because there is stuff, natural remedies that help us and that work. So why would we use anything else?
Oh, God bless you. I'm 100% subscriber to go natural. Less is more. So lavender, we touched on a little bit earlier. It's good for burns, and any other top benefits for lavender oil?
Oh, for lavender, lavender is great for your hair, your skin. I actually put some lavender oil in my shampoo, and I call it mermaid hairspray to strengthen my hair for postpartum. It's amazing. You just put lavender, rosemary, and there's another one. Lavender, rosemary, and cedarwood oils are great for lengthening and strengthening your hair. So I use lavender. Lavender is kind of the Swiss Army knife of oils. You literally can use it for so many benefits. I make a cream out of lavender, so I'll whip up some like the hard coconut oil, put it in my blender, and then I'll add lavender and frankincense, and that I call it our skin smoothing or soothing cream, and I put that on anything, any boo-boos, any bruises, sunburn in the summertime. You just rub that as a little homemade lotion.
I know I came across one little warning. It said that there's been some studies that show that using lavender oil and tea tree oil, for that matter, can potentially disrupt hormones in young boys. I don't know, have you come across any of that information?
So I have looked into all of these, especially the big, clickbait kind of headlines that come across Facebook. Because my job is really to help moms specifically use oils with their kids. So this conversation comes up a lot. And I looked into the specific studies, and it's interesting that the studies were not actually looking at lavender or tea tree essential oil. They were looking at products that included tea tree.
So it's a little bit misleading.
So they don't actually know what was the mechanism that caused the problem in the kids, or the hormonal problem, hormonal disruption. But they weren't looking at, there was no study done with specifically, lavender oil or tea tree oil. It was a product that contained, not even a lavender oil, it was, or a tea tree oil. It was like a tea tree, scent or mixture. It just included it in the ingredients, so they kind of ran with that headline.
Sounds like a propaganda and disinformation campaign by the pharmaceutical industry.
Something to scare people away from using a natural product that they can't, what's it called, where you copyright something, or where they can't have the full rights to it. So unfortunately, essential oils gets targeted a lot, and sometimes for the right reasons, because not all essential oil companies are created to be therapeutic, and you don't want to be using them therapeutically. But most of the time, they're targeting essential oils because it's competition.
Yeah. Well, it messes up their revenue stream, and that's why they get ticked off. So, tea tree oil. Tell me some of the good benefits of that.
Tea tree oil is another one high on my list next to lavender, one that you have to have on hand at all times. It's great for skin support, any kind of skin healing. We use it on blemishes, so you can put a drop of tea tree oil on like a zit or a pimple. It works amazing. I use it actually the most in my laundry. So I put that on dryer balls or in my laundry soap to get out like dingy smell. It's amazing at getting out smells. I don't know what is in tea tree. It's very purifying. I think that's why it helps with blemishes and smells at the same time. It's a very purifying oil.
It's good for athletes' feet, I hear too, and ringworm. It's another good benefit.
Oh yeah, all of those kind of rashes, skin irritations. You can whip up some, lavender and tea tree. A lot of people clean with tea tree oil, surprisingly.
Well, I think lavender also was used for in the hospitals for cleaning surfaces, and I think lemon oil also as antiseptic.
Yeah, definitely lemon. We use lemon a
Yeah,
lot for cleaning purposes. Lemon
yeah,
is like my go-to cleaning oil.
yeah. And yeah, I know in the UK, some the hospitals used to use the lemon oil. Now we briefly mentioned about peppermint oil, and it's anti-inflammatory, antifungal, antimicrobial. It can even supposedly ease headaches and fatigue and lift your mood, reduce even gut spasms, support digestion and memory. So, do you have any other fantastic benefits from peppermint? And also, it
I
chases
mean, like
ants
you said,
away.
we use it for ants. It works amazing for ants. It's our springtime kind of go-to oil for pests. I use it for headaches. We rub a drop on our temples or a drop of peppermint, and it works amazing. You can sniff it out of the bottle for nausea. Um, Peppermint is also used in a lot of blends that I make. So you can use it for actually a tummy roller. You can do a little bit of peppermint. There's a blend I use called Digest. I think there's like anise in it, but there's also peppermint oil, and you rub it on your belly to help with upset tummies. In your water, it's great for headaches as well. If you have the peppermint that can be put into, but that can be used for dietary purposes, you can put it in your water, and that helps with headaches as well.
Yeah. And then there's another, in dentistry, they used eucalyptus oil when they would do temporary fillings, but it has a healing quality to it. So can you add some of the perks of using the eucalyptus oil?
So there's actually three different kinds of eucalyptus oil that Young Living sells, and they all have like a little bit of a different purpose, but mostly we're using it in wellness blends. Obviously, breathing support. You can put a drop of eucalyptus in like a steam shower so that it helps open up your airways and breathe a little bit better. Really great for respiratory health.
Can you put them, like if you're doing a sauna, for example, can you add a little essential oils into the steam sauna and
Yeah, and you really only need a drop as long as you're making sure it's not, the water's not hitting it so it washes it away. Put it in a spot where the water's not going to hit it, and you only need a drop or two.
right. And of course, we touched on lemon oil, and that seems to be a lot of general good applications.
So yes, lemon oil I use it a lot for cleaning purposes. It's great at, for in your laundry. It's great on your windows, actually, cleaning your windows. But it's a very cleansing oil, so you could use it in your water for a cleanse to kind of detox your body.
Yeah.
It serves multiple purposes, but all of them have to do with cleansing.
Now, before the show, you were telling me you have some special little blends that you've put together that are very beneficial.
Yeah, so I can go over some of the blends that are common that you can use in your family, that we use in our family with kids and adults. Let me find them.
And
So some diffuser blends. I have a Rise and Shine blend, which is lemon and peppermint. It's a very uplifting blend. I have a Calm blend using frankincense and valor. Fresh and Clean blend is Citrus Fresh and lemon. So Citrus Fresh is a blend of citrus oils and peppermint, or not peppermint, spearmint oil. So that's a very uplifting kind of fresh smell that you can diffuse in your home. The seasonal blend is lavender, lemon, peppermint. Helps with all the seasonal problems, allergies. Our immunity blend is Thieves, frankincense, and lemon. Now, Thieves is a Young Living specific oil. I do believe other companies make similar oils. But the interesting thing about Thieves is it was named Thieves because back in the 15th century, the story is that robbers used to put specific spices on their body and go rob people who had died of the plague, and they didn't get the plague, they didn't catch it. So these are the spices that they used, Young Living uses in their Thieves oil. So that's our immunity blend. We use that a lot for creating wellness, getting back to wellness. maintaining wellness. And then I have a focus blend, which is Valor and peppermint. So Valor is a blend at Young Living that it's supposed, it has blue tansy in it, so it's very deep blue oil. It's supposed to instill confidence and security when you diffuse it. That's the focus oil. And then the Sweet Dreams oil is Peace and Calming, which also has blue tansy in it, and lavender. Lavender is a great oil. We didn't even talk about that with lavender, but lavender is a great oil for sleep. You can create rollers, which I'm going to move on to next. I'll give you some roller blends. You can create a roller out of lavender for lots of different things, but sleep is one of them. So I have a few different roller blends. So rollers are the little bottles that you can put your oils in, and then you put your carrier oil on top, and you have your essential oils handy so that you can roll them for vibrational, to raise your vibration or to help with a specific issue that has come up. My skin soothing roller, or no, I'm sorry, muscle soothing roller is Panaway, which is a eucalyptus type blend, peppermint, and copaiba. So peppermint, I know we talked a lot about headaches, but peppermint is actually really great for any kind of discomfort. So in the muscle soother, it helps discomfort of your muscles. Copaiba is an amazing oil for inflammation. It's actually comparable to cannabis in a lot of ways, copaiba oil. My skin smoothing roller is frankincense and lavender. I talked to you guys about that. All of these can also be mixed in the hard type of coconut oil, like not the fractions, but the regular coconut oil. You can blend these and make creams. Belly tamer is peppermint and copaiba.
Now, how about storage? Do you have to refrigerate these essential oils, or can they just be out on your countertop?
You don't have to refrigerate them. They should be in a amber bottle so that the light can't penetrate them. So light does minimize the effects or the therapeutic benefits of essential oils. So you want to make sure you buy essential oils that are in amber bottles or bottles that the light can't penetrate, and that they have the proper, dropper at the top for the oils. But you don't need to refrigerate them.
Good.
If you wanted to refrigerate the creams that you make, you certainly can to keep it hard, because that coconut oil will melt in the summertime.
Now, you have a website that people can go to and read up on this information?
Yeah, I gave Jared the website. I think you guys have it that you can put up. It's my page that has all of my oil classes, actually. People can click and join any of my oil classes. I have classes on kids and oils. I have classes on wellness classes for every season. So I have a spring seasonal wellness class. I have a Essential Oils 101 class. I have a Cleaning with Oils class. And they could also purchase oils right from that page.
Oh, fantastic. So you teach courses at all?
I don't know if I would call them courses. Actually, the classes that they can join on this page are text classes. So they would get 1 or 2 texts a day for 5 days, giving them bite-sized information that's easily digestible, so they can learn a little bit more about the essential oils.
And do you have any favorite books that you could recommend to the viewers, that if they just want to get into it initially, what they can read?
Yes. So there's a book called French Aromatherapy by Jen O'Sullivan. That's an amazing book. It's more like an Oils 101. It gives you kind of what we broke down for everybody today. So if they wanted to dive deeper or get a little refresher, they could grab that book. But it also goes into why French aromatherapy is different than English aromatherapy, and how most practitioners in the United States are English aromatherapists, and the quality of the oils are different in the practices. So it's a really great book to dive into when you're first starting using oils and you want to understand more. Also, the desk reference, Essential Oil Desk Reference by Life Science. It's actually sadly out of print. I think they were getting a lot of compliance issues because of the way that we're allowed to talk about essential oils and the way that they wanted to share with people. So it's still on Amazon. You can still find it on Amazon right now. They're no longer printing them, which means it's good. And then there's a book called Oils and Glass And that is my favorite recipe book. If you want to make your own things with essential oils, the Oils and Glass book is amazing.
Now, does Young Living Oils, do they have like Zoom meetings where people could, if they become a member or whatever, that they can tune in and learn about them?
Yeah, Young Living is amazing with support. They have a Facebook page that you could learn from. They're always giving live videos. If you get connected with my newsletter, I send out, my team specifically gives wellness calls every month. So there'll be a different topic that we'll discuss, so you can get connected with those ones as well.
So we're getting towards the end of our little interview. Now, can you dig into your little bag of testimonials of any wow type of responses you've had using essential oils with people?
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten so many great testimonies over the years. Mostly people loving to just use it and incorporate into a natural lifestyle. To use them to clean. Surprisingly, essential oils are great at cleaning your home, and people don't expect them to work, but they're amazing. I have a lot of testimonies actually when it comes to hormone health and women balancing their hormones with a natural product like an essential oil. It really does help kind of avoid the menopause, the too early menopause. We have, moms in our group, moms like me, that are using them to care for their children and care for their family, and not needing to use any pharmaceutical product, using nature to kind of keep our families healthy and bring them back up to good health. Yeah, so many amazing stories from women and families using essential oils.
So the takeaway message that I get, that I would like to convey to our viewers, is that these essential oils literally raise your vibrational frequency of your body so that your body starts to work more normally. It doesn't get any better than that. It's non-invasive, it's safe, and it's relatively inexpensive compared to an antibiotic prescription and all that nonsense. I know oregano oil is one of the most powerful antibiotics on the planet. I've actually had a case that had MRSA, the methicillin-resistant staphylococcal infection. I was the 31st doctor that this patient, actually he came up from Dallas, Texas, and in 6 weeks on oregano oil, his MRSA was gone. I mean, to me, that's a wow. So
it's
it raises
amazing.
the frequency.
They're very powerful. You don't need much of them. They last a very long time. You can kind of stock your natural remedy shelf with them, and have lots of different mixtures at your fingertips for when you need them.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I learned a good bit of information from what you've conveyed to our viewers, and that's one of the benefits why I enjoy doing these shows, because it forces me to get out of my comfort zone and learn new information every week. So, Jamie, thank you so much on my behalf and also our viewers. And they're going to have a walk away with a beneficial, non-invasive, safe, and effective natural remedies like Grandma used to use. So, again,
Right. Well, thanks so much for having me. I really enjoyed coming in.
My pleasure, and God bless you, and keep having fun.
All right, you too.
Take care.